Well, you guys, I think it's that time we had that talk. You guys are old enough now. But first thing I got to tell you about is that I had my doctor call me, and I'm doing x-rays after my cancer treatment. You're supposed to do once every 3 months for the first year. Then after the first year, then it's once a year for the next 3 years. And then after that, just every 5 or 6 years, then you'd have to do an x-ray. Well, the doctor called me and a couple of weeks ago now and told me that you want to keep an eye on my liver, so they're going to keep going with once every 3 months, because I'm already past that. I've been past that for a little while now, and they're going to want me to keep coming every 3 months. They're kind of keeping an eye on something, and he had to talk to the board of cancer people, and then that's what they decided, that they want to stay with the 3 months. So that's kind of irritating. You know, I don't think you can really beat cancer. I think you can put it off. Say it comes back again. Hopefully they can just do the second part, the aplasia, and go on from there. But a lot of times you hear people who have cancer, all of a sudden it comes back, but it comes back aggressively, and then there's nothing you can do. Like, I've already been through the process. I can't do a liver transplant because my heart would never stand for that. So if they don't keep killing it with injections with chemo and then aplasia, and then that's the only way I can do it. But if it gets to the point where I'd have to have a liver transplant, then there's nothing I can do. So that's going on. I kind of wish they wouldn't have said anything until they really know positively. But when you got the cancer board telling your doctor that stick with the 3 months, every 3 months to take x-rays, that's not good. Let's just be honest. So the reason I brought that up is because what my next conversation is going to be about. But first of all, I just want to say thanks for subscribing, but I just don't know why you guys would do that. This channel really is quite horrible. Even I know that. In fact, if I had a dog and I came home and I caught the dog watching one of my videos, I'd say, bad dog. So I just don't know why you guys do that. But you definitely don't have to like it, and definitely don't share it. I've seen a couple people have shared one of my videos, and the only thing I'm thinking, they must hate that guy. So if you watch one of my videos because somebody shared it to you, you got to say to yourself, I don't know if that guy likes me, because I don't think he does. So you don't recommend my channel or share it with somebody. You just don't. So now I got that nonsense out of the way. Let's talk about Bumblebee. Now, I always wanted a Goldwing. That's the only bike I ever wanted. But, I got it now. Of course, I'm 62 years old, so that's why they always say old men buy those bikes. Because that's when you can finally afford one. But I was watching YouTube, like most of you guys do. You must be watching to watch this shit show. I came across this channel called Vagabond Mel. It's a lady owns the channel, and she just bought a Spider Can-Am. I forget which model it was. And she was doing a video. It was just a short video, but it was a good video. She cares about her channel. Sorry. Gotta admit, that's kind of funny. Because her videos are really good. And I watched all of them on the Can-Am. I think there's 3 of them, because she just got it. I got thinking to myself, because somebody commented on one of my horrible videos saying, since he saw Bumblebee in the video, he thought about going back and maybe buying a Gold Wing, but he's kind of worried about the weight on it. And I wrote back in my reply, I worry about that each and every time I get on that bike. Is it gonna fall over? How am I gonna get it up off the ground? You know, I know people would stop and help. There are still some nice people out there. So that goes through my head all the time when I'm making turns and getting on and off. You know, making sure I park where I'm not on soft asphalt. But after watching Vagabond's videos, I'm thinking I'm going with a Can-Am. And I always, like, I'm not going to do anything until at least June. By then I'll have Bumblebee damn near paid off. And time I go, if I try to sell it, I hate selling it, because then somebody's going to obviously want to take it for a test ride. And then I'd have to say, well, if you want to take it for a test drive, you know, I need the money down. So if you wreck it or whatever, you bought it. And, you know, people aren't going to be carrying money around to go for a test ride. So then I can't, you know, have a test ride, because I don't need the bike damaged. Even though it's fully insured, I bet I wouldn't get what I owe on it. I owe like $4,000 on it right now. I bet you if I crashed it, they wouldn't probably give me $3,000 for it. I'd be lucky if I'd get that. So I'd be upside down on the loan. So I think I'm just going to trade it in. I talked to Todd at Inglehart's, where I brought Bumblebee. And I asked him if he had any Can-Ams. He said he's got a whole bunch of them. He got new and used. Then we were discussing the features and stuff. And I said, well, tell me straight out. I want a fully loaded one. And I said, if I buy new, I want a fully loaded one. I'm going to have it in the color I want, which is either be red or silver, or like a green. I think the blue might be too dark, like a metallic blue. I think that would be too dark. I prefer silver, but blazing red is really, like big red, it's really the color I'd probably want to go for. I got used to Bumblebee's yellow paint, and actually I think it looks pretty good. I'm amazed about it. But I think I'm going to have to go with a trade-in, because time I trade it in, I only owe maybe $1,000, maybe $1,500. But I might make a big payment towards the principal and then bring it down to less than $1,000. Because, you know, dealership will not give me shit for it. Even though I brought that, I think, honestly, I don't remember if I brought it last year or 2 years ago. I think it's been almost 2 years now. That's how horrible my mind is. I honestly don't remember. So, give you a little look around the yard here. But, if I want to start out to buy a used one, if I can find a really nice used one, a year or two old, and that's it. The oldest one I'd buy is a 22. I don't want to buy anything like Bumblebee, where she's, 22 years old. Nothing's wrong with Bumblebee. I got it all fixed up and running again. And the radio sounds great, but I never use it. So, but I just can't stand owning something and something not working on it. So when I go trade it in or sell it, obviously everything's going to be working on it. If I was to sell it, I'd ask $35,000 and take anything over $2,800. So, and if I buy a brand new Spider, the top of the line is called, I think, Sea to Sky or Sky to Sea. It's the stupidest name I have ever seen on a motorcycle. And I know people don't consider Can-Am's motorcycle, but, you know, I'm not getting younger. I don't think they improved or figured out how to do time travel, so I'm not going to get younger. So I really want something nice, and I figure if I'm going to buy, if I can't find a good used one, I'm going to buy a brand new one. and that brand new one came to like $35,000. So I'm going to talk to Marine Credit, and they are the ones that I brought my last two motorcycles through. I have outstanding credit with them, so I'm not worried about getting the loan. I'm just trying to figure out how far out I can go with it. Todd said they go out 6 months, or 6 years, I mean. Can you imagine 6 months? Those would be some vicious payments. But 6 years. And I don't normally like going out that far. I think Heisenberg might be 4, and the two other motorcycles I had were 3 years. But in Bumblebee with finance and everything came to 11.8, and my payment is $295 a month. And you know, that's an easy payment. I don't have to worry about it. I can make that payment, don't have to think about it. So I think I'm at $35,000. I'm going to have to push it out for 6 years. Then the payments, I'm hoping, be less than $450 a month. But it's still quite doable. I wouldn't do it if I couldn't afford to make the payments. But you know, if that cancer comes back and turns out there's nothing they can do with it, then am I going to be worried about paying off the new Can-Am? No, I'm not going to be worried about it. So yeah, I don't know if it would be good news to some of you guys or bad news, but in spring I'm going to be stepping away from the Goldwing. It's a beautiful bike, but it's just too much for me to worry about with knocking it over. That's the only thing. It runs beautiful. I drive, runs perfect. Don't have any problems driving it. So, and then unfortunately, yeah, I gotta take a drink, so put you on pause. There. I took some medicine and it gives me cotton mouth. When's the last time you heard that saying? So, the reason I'm putting this video out is mostly to get a little bit of feedback from if one of you guys own a Spider. What do you think about it? And if anybody knows anything bad about them, let me know about it. I never thought about buying one until I saw Vagabond Mel's video. And then it kind of started the old gears in my brain working. And I know they were turning over. I could hear all that smashing and gears grinding together. So I decided that I'm going to go with the Spider. And then I'm worried about, would the Spider fit in here? I think it would. If not, I guess I can park it back in that shed. But I don't know if it would be deep enough. You know, it'll easily fit through the double wide doors, but I don't know if it would be deep enough. Because Bumblebee was pretty close to it. And I don't know if the Can-Ams are longer than the Goldwing or not. If they're shorter, it'd be perfect. But yeah, I just thought I'd bring you an update on that. And then a lot of things I have to take in advance and figure out is because here's another thing I almost did. I almost brought a brand new Garmin. You know, I think it was $499 or $450, but it's a nice one, obviously. So now I won't have to buy that because I know I'm not buying my plan was to get another Goldwing, a newer one, at least a 2015. But once I saw that video, I'm going to go with the Spider. So hopefully, if you guys got any ideas, let me know. And I'm going to call the bank tomorrow. Like I said, I'm not worried about the loan. I can get that. I just don't want to have too high a payment on the loan. My plan is to, I didn't finish telling you this, but my plan is to do it in May or June. But I'm going to start looking at them now. I told Todd I have a doctor's appointment coming up. I'll probably just swing in and see him. And another thing is, like I said, this is a rent-to-own shed. So what I'm doing is you rent these sheds, and at any point in time, you don't want that shed anymore, you take your stuff out, call them up, say, hey, I don't want to do the shed anymore, and they come pick it up. It doesn't cost you anything. I don't know if they charge you for a pickup. I don't think so. And if your shed's still in excellent shape, then it doesn't cost you anything. So the only thing I did was painted the floor. I painted it with this special paint that makes it so it grips. It's got the sand in it. It had it already in it. I didn't have to add sand. So I could just get if the Can-Am doesn't fit in here, then I can just call up Scott and say, hey, Scott, I need to exchange the shed and get a bigger one. And the only thing that would happen to me is I'd lose all the money I've been paying down on it. I've been paying, it's like $139 a month. And like I said, and then after 3 years, you can pay it off, or you can pay it off anytime you want. I usually try to pay them off when I have like a year left on them. Like I did with the brown one, and I did with the green one. Both of these are paid off. So, but I could get rid of the blue shed. If the Can-Am doesn't fit, I'll get rid of the blue shed. I'll just call Scott, have him come, and then don't get another one, because I just don't think there's room for the Can-Am. It'll fit through the doors, but I don't think it's long enough here. Long enough. But I could be wrong. And if it doesn't fit in the blue one, I might just get rid of it then, because then I really won't need it. Because you can see, I don't have that much in here. This can all fit into the green one. So, but, you know, now that I have the sheds, I don't know, I'd hate to get rid of it. So I might just keep it. I don't know, if the Can-Am doesn't fit, I'm either gonna get rid of it, park the Can-Am in this brown one, but if it doesn't fit in this brown one, then I'll exchange the blue one and get a bigger one, which I don't really want to do. So, I mean, I got quite a bit of money on these things, especially like that for Bumblebee there. Not only making the $295 a month payment on that, but I brought that shed specially for that Gold Wing, and that's $139. But then you pay a $4 convenience fee, so payment's like $143 something. I just pay $145 and be done with it. So we'll see. When I go down and look at it, I'll measure the bike out, or might Google it and see what the width and length are on them. So I'd like to just keep the blue one. I kind of like that blue shed. I like the color, and I like the location. So, okay, you guys. If you got anything to tell me about Can-Am spiders, why you should or shouldn't buy one, let me know. And please, please, don't share these videos with anybody unless you truly hate that guy. If he's sort of a friend, he's not going to be a friend much longer. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you later.